Do you find yourself waking up earlier or struggling to fall asleep, even though you feel exhausted? If you're over 60, you've likely noticed that sleep isn't quite the same as it used to be. It's not just your imagination. Your body's internal clock, known as your circadian rhythm, actually shifts. Research indicates that as we age, our bodies produce less melatonin, the hormone that signals sleep, and our sleep architecture changes. We spend less time in deep restorative sleep stages, often a reduction of 15 to 20% compared to our younger years. This means more time in lighter sleep, making us more susceptible to waking up from noise or discomfort. But understanding this natural shift is the first step towards reclaiming your night, and it's not as hopeless as it sounds. The core reason for these sleep changes lies in our circadian rhythm. Think of it as your body's internal 24-hour clock, regulating everything from hormone release to body temperature. For many over 60, this clock starts to advance, meaning you naturally feel tired earlier in the evening and wake up earlier in the morning. This isn't a problem if it aligns with your lifestyle, but if you're trying to stay up until 10 p.m. like you used to, you might be fighting your body's natural signals. One study found that older adults often experience a phase advance of about 1 hour. Ignoring this can lead to what feels like insomnia, but is really just a mismatch between your habits and your biology. So, how can we work with this shift instead of against it? Another significant change is the reduction in deep sleep, specifically stages 3 and 4, also known as slow-wave sleep. This is the most restorative phase, crucial for physical recovery, cellular repair, and memory consolidation. As we age, our brains show less slow-wave activity during sleep. For instance, a 70-year-old might spend only 5 to 10% of their night in deep sleep, compared to 15 to 20% for a 30-year-old. This decrease is linked to changes in brain structure and neurotransmitter systems. The result? You might sleep for 7 to 8 hours but still wake up feeling unrest, simply because you haven't received enough of that vital deep restorative sleep. But there are practical steps to encourage more of this crucial sleep stage. Here's a common myth: older people need less sleep. This is simply not true. While sleep patterns change, the physiological need for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night remains largely consistent across adulthood. The misconception arises because older adults often struggle to achieve consolidated sleep, leading to more fragmented nights and increased napping during the day. This fragmentation might make it seem like less total sleep is needed, but the body is actually trying to compensate for poor quality night sleep. Believing this myth can lead to unhealthy sleep habits, like intentionally cutting back on bedtime, which only exacerbates the problem. Let's look at what really happens when you don't get enough. If you consistently get poor quality sleep, the effects spill over into your waking hours. Beyond just feeling tired, you might experience reduced cognitive function, making it harder to focus, remember things, or make decisions. Your balance and coordination can also suffer, increasing the risk of falls. Imagine, for example, missing out on just 1 hour of needed sleep per night for a week. That's 7 hours of sleep debt. This can translate to a 20 to 30% reduction in reaction time, making everyday activities like driving or walking on uneven surfaces more hazardous. Poor sleep can also weaken your immune system, making you more susceptible to illness. So, what's a common mistake that actually makes things worse? One of the most common mistakes older adults make when struggling with nighttime sleep is extensive daytime napping. While a short, strategic power nap can be beneficial, long or late afternoon naps can severely disrupt your nighttime sleep schedule. If you take a 2-hour nap at 3 p.m., your body's drive to sleep will be significantly reduced by the time bedtime rolls around, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep through the night. It's a vicious cycle. Poor night sleep leads to daytime fatigue, which leads to long naps, which then sabotage the next night's sleep. Instead of fighting your body with long naps, consider a different approach to managing daytime fatigue. The first key to improving sleep after 60 is optimizing your light exposure. Light is the most powerful regulator of your circadian rhythm. Aim for at least 30 minutes of natural light exposure, ideally in the morning within an hour or two of waking up. This signals to your brain that it's daytime, helping to set your internal clock for an earlier sleep onset at night. For example, A brisk 20-minute walk outside at 8 a.m. can be far more effective than trying to stay up late. Conversely, limit exposure to bright artificial light, especially blue light from screens, for at least 2 hours before bed. This helps your body produce melatonin naturally. What about your sleep environment itself? Your sleep environment plays a critical role. Think of your bedroom as a cave. Dark, cool, and quiet. Even small amounts of light, like from a digital clock or a street lamp outside, can disrupt melatonin production. Consider blackout curtains, an eye mask, or even covering LED lights on electronics. The ideal temperature for sleep is generally between 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 to 19 Celsius. A cooler room signals to your body that it's time to rest. Noise can also be a major disruptor. If you live in a noisy area, consider earplugs or a white noise machine. Creating this optimal sleep sanctuary can make a significant difference. But there's a third, often overlooked, factor. Consistency is king when it comes to sleep. Going to bed and waking up at roughly the same time every day, even on weekends, reinforces your body's natural sleep-wake cycle. Let's say you aim for 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. during the week, but on Saturday, you stay up until 11 p.m. and sleep until 8 a.m. This 2-hour shift can feel like giving yourself jet lag, making it harder to get back on track for Monday. Establish a relaxing pre-sleep routine, such as reading a book, taking a warm bath, or listening to calming music, for 30 to 60 minutes before bed. This signals to your body that it's time to wind down. But what if you still struggle to fall asleep? If you find yourself lying awake in bed for more than 20 minutes, don't just lie there and fret. This can create a negative association with your bed, making it a place of anxiety rather than rest. Instead, get out of bed and go to another room. Engage in a quiet, low-stimulus activity, like reading a physical book under dim light, listening to soft music, or doing some gentle stretches. Avoid screens, bright lights, or anything that requires intense mental effort. Return to bed only when you genuinely feel sleepy again. This strategy helps to retrain your brain to associate your bed with sleep, not wakefulness. But are there any specific foods or drinks to consider? What you consume throughout the day, especially in the evening, significantly impacts your sleep. Limit caffeine and alcohol, particularly in the afternoon and evening. While alcohol might initially make you feel drowsy, it disrupts sleep quality later in the night, leading to fragmented sleep. Aim to finish your last caffeinated beverage by noon or early afternoon. Also, be mindful of heavy, spicy, or acidic meals close to bedtime, as they can cause indigestion and discomfort. Staying adequately hydrated throughout the day is important, but try to reduce fluid intake an hour or two before bed to minimize nighttime bathroom trips. This simple adjustment can prevent common disruptions. While these strategies can significantly improve your sleep, it's crucial to consult your doctor if you have persistent sleep difficulties. Sleep disturbances can sometimes be a symptom of underlying medical conditions, such as sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, or chronic pain, which require professional diagnosis and treatment. Your doctor can also review your medications, as some prescription and over-the-counter drugs can interfere with sleep. They can offer personalized advice and, in some cases, recommend a sleep study or cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia (CBTI), which is highly effective. Remember, your health team is your best resource for comprehensive care. Improving sleep after 60 isn't about fighting aging. It's about understanding the natural changes and adapting your habits. By optimizing light exposure, creating a sleep-friendly environment, and maintaining a consistent routine, you can significantly enhance your sleep quality and overall well-being. Remember, quality sleep is not a luxury. It's a foundational pillar of health, mobility, and longevity. Take these steps to prioritize your rest, and you'll likely feel the positive ripple effects throughout your entire day. If you found this information helpful, please consider subscribing for more insights on living a healthy, mobile, and long life.